I just saw Batman versus Superman. Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Damon Cooper, and I am your host of Nerd Notify, and we are talking Batman versus Superman, the latest DC film directed by Zack Snyder, starring Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, Jeremy Irons, and Jesse Eisenberg. So yeah, take that mouthful how you want. So I just got back from seeing the movie, and it was okay. I feel meh. Like, seriously? I mean, it was the hardest thing thinking about this movie on my way back from the theater. Like, I walked out the theater numb to everything that happened. I also want to point out, I thought it was kind of funny that there were two Marvel trailers before anything else. Just throwing that out there. Batman versus Superman. This is, man, I don't know where to begin. Let me start with the good stuff. Let me really try to get that out the way, because it's not a bad movie, but it suffers. Let me start off by saying that I probably am gonna be in a massive crowd of people who thinks that Ben Affleck did Batman very well. Physicality wise, emotions wise, just the way he handled the character on screen as an older, more experienced Batman who's been through some stuff. As an older, more experienced Bruce Wayne, we got to see some of the detective skills, but not nearly as much as I would have liked. But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought he just did a phenomenal job with the character. He's probably the best actor in the film out of everyone. I think he did the best job overall. That's not to say there aren't some things I didn't like about his character, but overall, I think he did a very, very, very fantastic job. He was phenomenal to watch. I think Henry Cavill actually did fine as Superman, but he did very well. I mean, there were some scenes that really were great on his end. Like, again, him as Superman, as like his portrayal of like the power is awesome. Like, I like the way he looks in the suit. I like the way he handles those moments of power and those moments of just utter speed, and like the way he looks and the way they kind of run with that. So I think I enjoyed that most. But his Clark actually was pretty cool in this one. I like the heavier focus on his journalism, at least for what they did for the first part of the film. So let's real quick talk about Jesse Eisenberg actually in this film. I didn't hate him as much as I was worried about, and in fact, I don't even think I hated him. Although he definitely plays the same character that you see him do, but in a bit more twitchy way. Like, he's very like spastic, like shaky, and all that. So he does that a lot. It's almost silly, but I liked him, but it wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't believable enough. And it's like, how do these people not know that he's just just a psychopath already from the way that he acts? Like, you can tell they fear him or something, like they're afraid of him, but they're not like catching on to anything. Like, this dude is doing some stuff. Like, we need to investigate this. Like, there was none of that, or like, at least not that I can feel. Like, maybe from the military, but still, it just felt off. Not saying he had to be quite like Lex from the comics or Lex from the TV shows or anything like that, where he's for the most part quiet and then has an explosive temper. I don't really think I wanted to see that. I just think this was almost still too cartoonish and too overblown to work in the film. Obviously, we know the story here already. This is Batman versus Superman. This is Clark Kent versus Bruce Wayne, in the fact that there is a conspiracy building around Superman, and should we trust him? Should we allow him to stay? Should we allow him to do the things that he does? And who's going to take care of it if we don't? Because he's not the easiest guy to take down. But yeah, I mean, and the film itself, I think, handles that part very well. It's when it starts trying to do all the extra stuff that gets in the way, and the fact that they are trying just too hard to set this movie up for a Justice League. Like, we didn't need as much as it threw at us, and some of it was stupid exposition for a movie that's not even coming yet. Things that just have to happen to show you that this is something that's coming. Like, all of these little things that they kept trying to push toward and hint at, it doesn't make sense. and it doesn't flow very well. And every single time I am, and this is me being a comic book guy too, so I'm trying to keep that out of it. But every single time I felt like people who don't know about the comics or don't know, what's coming for a JLA film, are going to be like just confused, just utterly confused by what they're seeing. I think they're going to be entertained by what they see, but utterly confused and just lost in what in the world these things were. Let me talk for a second about the sound, which overall was great. But there's one just nagging thing for me, and I don't know if anybody else feels this, but holy crap, did it mess with me. There's heavy use of each character's theme song. Not like their theme songs from like old or anything, but like their themes for the film that play constantly when they come on screen. And it's way too often. Way too often. Lex's theme and Gal Gadot's for Wonder Woman, when she comes out in her actual outfit, were comical to me in a way that wasn't meant to be funny. It was, meant to convey this emotion, I believe, but it just came off as forced and comical. I just couldn't get behind it most of the time. So that was just really odd, and I think they needed to handle that a little bit better. Actually, on the topic of Wonder Woman, I think Gal Gadot actually did a pretty good job. I actually enjoyed her more than I thought I would. There's some little nitpicky things, like she still has a little bit of her accent that I think should have gone, or at least, I don't know, it didn't sound right, but maybe I just need to hear more of it, because she doesn't have the biggest role, obviously, but they use her a lot more than I thought they would as well. The actual fight with her, like when she gets into the battle, that's actually where I really was like, okay, I like or at least I liked the direction here for it. I don't know if that's what we'll get out of her solo film, but the way they handled her, like her power and speed and the way she fights was pretty epic. So I mean, kudos on that level, because again, the action in this movie is through the roof. Actually, might as well let's get into the action, right? Because this is a comic book movie all in all, and that's what a lot of us wanted to see. We wanted to see the fight between Batman and Superman and whatever else ensues. I think that the actual just action itself is actually handled very well. It was handled well. There was plentiful action. Again, the scenes with Batman, like where he does his thing, are just so cool. I have to talk about this because if I don't, it's going to bug me. I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm going to. And I have read the comics. I have read multiple graphic novels and things like this, but Batman doesn't kill. That's the Batman that I love and know. That's my Batman. This Batman doesn't care at all. I mean, he was wrecking people. Like, damn. And in some ways, again, it was enjoyable to see certain things. It was entertaining, but for those of us who are so heavy into Batman, or even like little kids and stuff who are seeing this, like, because they will see it, like there's so much that kids are just gonna, or people are just gonna just be like, wait, what? Did he just what? I'm sorry. Sue me. But yeah, overall the action was handled very well. And if you've seen that second trailer that was released, kind of know everything that's going to happen in the movie. Here's probably where I had the biggest issue with the movie, is that it was more focused on setting up a sequel for the Justice League than handling this story between Batman and Superman. Admittedly, something like that would take a lot. It would take a lot of storytelling, a lot of setup, a lot of backstories for characters, whatever it would take, right? Admittedly, it would take a very long time to set that up well. It was not done well in this. Not for me. Again, all in all, let me state that the movie is enjoyable. It is entertaining. There are things that are cool. There are things that are not so cool. Great acting overall. Nobody felt awful. Some good stuff, some enjoyable things to watch, some great action, on the screen. Batman is freaking cool when he goes just ham on everybody. This is so weird. I think I still want people to see it in theaters. I'm still going to recommend that people see it in theaters if you're a comic book fan or a Batman, Superman fan who knows a lot about what's coming. I want to thank everybody for stopping by to watch this review. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings or offend anyone. These are all my personal opinions. Take them as you wish. Take them with a grain of salt. I'm one guy who just likes movies and who especially loves comic movies. So there's that for you, right? Thank you again for watching, though. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to give it a like and a share and a thumbs up on all those crazy social networks that people use nowadays. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.